forget endless cardio. A landmark study from Johns Hopkins proved a targeted diet change is 73% more effective at eliminating dangerous visceral belly fat than exercise alone. This is the exact 7-step protocol surgeons now recommend for rapid, safe fat reduction. Shutterstock. Explore. The foundation, metabolic shift. Traditional weight loss fails after 60 because it doesn't address two critical changes: hormonal imbalance, insulin resistance, low adiponectin, and metabolic inflexibility, the inability to burn fat for fuel. The following steps directly target these root causes. The 7 science-backed steps. Step 7. Strategic meal timing windows. The problem: after age 60, our insulin sensitivity drops by up to 40% in the evening. Eating late causes a high insulin spike, which acts as a fat storage signal, locking fat cells closed. The science: research from the Salk Institute shows the same meal consumed at 8 a.m. versus 8 p.m. yields completely different hormonal responses. Actionable strategy: finish your last meal at least 3 hours before sleep, ideally by 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Concentrate your largest caloric intake at breakfast and lunch when your metabolism is most active. Step 6. Prioritize soluble fiber intake. The mechanism: soluble fiber forms a gel in the digestive tract, slowing glucose absorption and feeding beneficial gut bacteria. The result: gut bacteria digest this fiber and produce short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs. SCFAs travel to the liver, signaling it to stop producing new fat. SCFAs also increase satiety. The proof: a Wake Forest study found that for every 10-gram daily increase in soluble fiber, participants lost 3.7% of visceral fat over 5 years, without any other diet changes. Actionable strategy: aim for 25 grams of soluble fiber daily. Focus on sources like oats, beans, lentils, flax seeds, and apples. Spread the intake across your meals for a steady supply. Step 5. Eliminate hidden inflammatory foods. The vicious cycle: visceral fat cells produce inflammatory chemicals called cytokines. These cytokines signal the body to store more fat, creating a self-perpetuating loop that even intensive exercise cannot break. The key triggers: foods that look healthy but trigger systemic inflammation include refined seed oils, soybean, corn, added sugars, refined grains, white bread/pasta, and conventional dairy. Actionable strategy: carefully read labels. Replace seed oils with olive oil or avocado oil. Temporarily eliminate refined grains and sugars for 3 weeks to cool down the inflammatory cycle. Step 4. Optimize protein distribution, the muscle engine. Sarcopenia: after 60, we lose muscle mass, sarcopenia, by about 1% per year. Muscle is metabolically expensive; it burns calories even at rest. Losing it slows your metabolism. The finding: studies in the Journal of Nutrition found that consuming the same total protein, but concentrating it at dinner, led to more muscle loss than when it was distributed evenly across 3 meals. Actionable strategy: aim for your body weight in grams of protein daily, divided evenly. For a 160-pound person, that's roughly 53 grams per meal. Make protein the centerpiece of breakfast: eggs, Greek yogurt, and lunch: fish, chicken, to stimulate muscle protein synthesis throughout the day. Step 3. Strategic carbohydrate cycling. Metabolic flexibility: younger bodies easily switch between burning carbs and fat for fuel, metabolic flexibility. After 60, many get stuck burning only carbs. The method: instead of punishing long-term low-carb diets, which can crash energy and thyroid function, use cycling to retrain your metabolism. The proof: a University of Alabama study showed that cycling improved metabolic flexibility by 62% and resulted in an average of 3.8 inches lost from the waist in adults over 60. Actionable strategy: follow a pattern: 2 moderate carb days, approximate 125 g, followed by 1 low carb day, approximate 50 g. Focus carbs around activity and choose whole food sources. Increase healthy fats on low carb days. Step 2. Activating adiponectin production. The master switch: adiponectin is a hormone that literally tells fat cells to release their contents and instructs muscles to burn that released fat for energy. Low levels are directly linked to high visceral fat. The boosters: research from Tufts University identified specific micronutrients that dramatically raise this hormone. Magnesium: increased intake by just 100 milligrams daily raised adiponectin by 23%. Omega-3s: fish oil raised levels by up to 30%. Extra virgin olive oil correlated with a 19% increase. Actionable strategy: daily consumption of pumpkin seeds/almonds, magnesium, 3x weekly fatty fish, salmon/sardines, and liberal use of olive oil. Step 1. Time-restricted eating with circadian alignment. The power: during the 16-hour fasting window, insulin levels drop, triggering lipolysis, fat breakdown, and surging human growth hormone, HGH, by up to 500% to protect muscle. The critical detail: 47% of fat loss. The Johns Hopkins study found that when you eat within the 8-hour window is key. Participants who ate their first meal within 1 hour of waking and finished eating by early afternoon lost 4.2 inches from their waist, triple the results of other groups. Why it works: this early closure avoids the natural cortisol spike that occurs in the late afternoon/evening, which promotes fat storage. Actionable strategy: implement a 16:8 protocol where your 8-hour window is aligned with daylight hours. If you wake at 7 a.m., your window is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Consume your largest meals earlier in the window. Conclusion: the system approach. These protocols target the underlying hormonal and metabolic dysfunction that causes belly fat after 60. They are designed to work synergistically. Your next step: start with Step 7, early meal timing, and Step 6, soluble fiber. Master those for a week before adding the next steps. Which 2 steps are you committing to starting this week?